All right, let's get this show on the road. What's going on, everyone? Vega here for Serpent X Tech. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine Crypto, where I encourage you, invite you, you do whatever the hell you want. But join me with a cup of coffee, some tea, energy drink, whatever you got, as we go over this week's crypto news. Bitcoin is at 105K. Ethereum below 3,400. XRP around $3.14. BNB back below 700. Litecoin looking pretty nice. Over 128 bucks. Trump showing up right here. It's down quite a bit from its all-time high, but of course that coin was doing crazy things this past week. If you guys didn't get involved in that, it was a fun ride. I'm not gonna lie, it was a fun ride. Made a few extra bucks, nothing too crazy. But we're chopping sideways. We're doing exactly what we talked about last time, which is exactly what I want. Consolidate, chill out, relax, right? Let's move sideways. Let's let the altcoins catch up and then move to the next leg up. Don't know if it's going to pan out exactly the way I would personally like, but hey, it's all good. You can see right now, this week, we started off this week, if we look at the date, on the 20th, right? So January 20th. So the 19th was a red day, the Sunday. Monday, we went all the way from 99K to a new all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. A new all-time high. A new all-time high. Monday, 109K. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. Obviously, some people took profits, right? They saw, hey, we broke a new all-time high. We're probably going to go back down. Let me go ahead and lock in my profits, right? Whether switching to stable coins or, maybe diversifying into altcoins that could have an even bigger boom, whatever, right? Trump token, Melania, whatever. So we did have a nice big dip right here, but then we pushed back up the following day, hitting 107, not breaking the previous all-time high, but still climbing back up. And ever since, we've been staying kind of in this range. And this is the range I was talking about last show. If you guys are listening, somewhere between 104, 108K, consolidate, chop sideways, let the altcoins try to breathe, catch up, move to the next leg up. We'll see how that pans out. But obviously, while he didn't do anything on the day one that everybody was hoping for, he did take some action of the promises that he was mentioning. So I guess we shall see how things pan out. But the executive order promoting crypto, paving the way for digital asset stockpile. Ross is free, but I've only seen one picture of him. I would like to see more confirmation. He probably doesn't want anything to do with media, but people are already speculating that he's going to be at Bitcoin conference, which, by the way, if you haven't got your tickets, check out the link. I don't know if it's in the description, but I have a link. If you purchase your tickets, you can save some money, but also help the channel and show the Bitcoin conference that they should continue to consider me as one of the media content creators over there, but we'll see how that goes. Matter of fact, let me check the description real quick. Yeah, Bitcoin conference tickets are right in there. Boom. There you go. Serpent X. And I know tickets will continue to climb up over time. So if you haven't got your tickets, check it out. But executive order signed, Ross freed or pardoned, excuse me. And SAB 121, which we talked about on the channel, is being rescinded, permitting banks to custody Bitcoin. So things are moving forward. I even got the article from the White House, Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology, the executive order, down in the description of today's video on YouTube. We'll talk more about that. How things could shape out with the actions that are being taken. How the U.S. could be the hub for crypto and AI. AI, though, is heating up. I'm not sure if you all are paying attention to that, but AI is definitely heating up, boy. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised by some of the other countries' actions, namely China, and they're not slouching. They are not slouching. They're not pulling punches, and they're able to do things more efficiently with a lesser capital in their pocket. All right, this could get very interesting. We'll see how things go. Is the bull market at risk? China did sell 194,000 Bitcoin through Haibu. And then, the digital order, basically, digital asset stockpile. It's no longer a Bitcoin stockpile or a Bitcoin strategic reserve. It's going to be a digital asset stockpile. So that means more than just Bitcoin. And I know some Bitcoin maxis are not going to be too happy about that. But we'll see how things pan out. I'm not in any shape or form panicking, but I never do, right? It's all about staying cool under pressure, adapting, adjusting, and completing whatever your goals or mission is. So I think we're looking pretty good. Let's chop sideways, maybe move up a little bit this upcoming week, 106. Letting the altcoins breathe, catch its breath, and then start to climb back up. I really don't care too much for the meme coins, but I do dabble, and I do agree that if you can catch it at the right time, and it's very hard to, right? Because by the time you hear it, it's all over X, it's all over Facebook, it's all over these various media platforms. News is talking about it, and you're basically buying the top, which is exactly what happened for a lot of people. But I saw it because I monitor stuff, right? Bird Eye, Deck Screener. I looked at, the Soul Scan, basically analysis or chain analytics, just looking at the wallets. What are they doing? What's the creator? Right? That type of stuff to look for some gems. And I know a lot of people ask me questions, so maybe I need to do a video on what I'm looking for and where to find these gems, because they can be very hard to find the gems overall. All right, we got our first $2. I already set a goal, but it's $2.50. Can I drop that goal? Damn. I don't know. Maybe I'll count it. I'm just playing around with the goal feature in YouTube. We'll see how things go. But President Donald Trump signed an executive order Thursday that includes working towards developing a nation digital asset stockpile. Trump, who was a critic of crypto in the first administration, campaigned on a very different message in 2024. We all know about that. A lot of people are flip-flopping, not just DJT, but, a lot of the very rich and famous have now flipped over to crypto is great. Bitcoin is great. Digital assets, great. Warren Buffett still stands firm, rat poison, has not flip-flopped, but I'm sure there's some exposure there behind the scenes by their firm. Maybe not them individually or personally, but by their firm. But anyways, the executive order is basically to promote the advancements of cryptocurrency in the U.S. and to work toward potentially developing a national digital asset stockpile. They do need 180 days, so 6 months to go ahead and move towards that. And I understand, right? Maybe evaluate what the digital asset stockpile is going to be filled with. I would hope primarily Bitcoin, but maybe they might get some Ethereum, some Solana, some XRP, whatever it might be. David Sachs, who Trump tapped as the crypto and artificial intelligence czar, right? The crypto czar, joined Trump in the Oval Office for signing the order. The digital asset industry plays a crucial role in innovation and economic development in the United States, as well as nation's international leadership, right? So the nation's trying to be a leader in the crypto/blockchain space. We knew this was coming. A lot of people were disappointed that things weren't done at inauguration, but I figured it wasn't going to be. I figured, let the man get into the office, take off his shoes, and then see if he starts knocking out some of the things he promised the crypto industry. Because it's not just the crypto industry, right? There's other things that need to be done for this country. I know the crypto bros just want everything crypto, but there's other things that got to get fixed or done by the leader of the United States. So chill out. Things take time. Trump, who obviously was a crypto critic in a previous term, has changed his tune and attracted hefty contributions from the industry after a tumultuous 4 years under the previous president, Joe Biden. Right? The previous administration, nobody can sugarcoat it. The previous administration was very mean, for lack of a better word, to the crypto entrepreneurs, blockchain businesses, stuff like that, right? Many of them did shut their doors to the United States and move elsewhere. And so the goal here is to bring those back. If they can't bring them back, new companies to pop up in their space and kind of build the US into a crypto hub, or a place where if you do business correctly, now they're not giving you a blank check to open up your scammy doors and scam people out of their money, their hard-earned money. But if you do business and you're properly registered, there could be a good place here in the United States for you to thrive, because we've been seeing the Middle East, Dubai, and some of the other countries out there be very welcoming to entrepreneurs and business people and capital ventures to come in, build, and develop in their country with huge benefits. Maybe a promise of capital, maybe a tax benefit, whatever it might be. So this is the U.S. countering that and trying to keep the intelligent individuals, developers, and the key projects or entities in the United States. Most of the order, though, focuses on establishing technology and rules around crypto and its development in the United States. One of the critical pieces of creation of a working group is to consider the national digital asset stockpile, potentially derived from cryptocurrencies lawfully seized by the federal government throughout its law enforcement. And in that seizure, in the amount of assets in that seizure, there's sandbox and there's all kinds of other assets. I don't think it would include every single one of what the federal government has already seized. Like FTT token is also in there from Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX, right? Their homegrown made up token is in that stockpile that the government has. So I don't think the government's going to use those as the Federal Reserve. Thank you, Crypto Mikkel and viewers, for coming over and hanging out with us. Good morning to you. So again, what started off in Nashville as the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve has pivoted to the Digital Asset Reserve, where there's going to be more than just Bitcoin in there. But Bitcoin is more established. Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin is non-fungible. Bitcoin has the longevity and the experience and the years behind it, whereas some of the other coins, not so much. So it would be beneficial, in my personal opinion, that the U.S. government have a large majority, which they do right now with the amount that they seize from various organizations for illicit purposes, or because of their illicit activity. It's like 98% of what they have seized is Bitcoin. So, but I think a good mix, maybe 90% Bitcoin, 2% Ethereum, 2% Solana, 2% XRP, whatever rest mix of various assets. But having a large portion of Bitcoin would not only help the federal government or the United States, but I think it would be beneficial for Bitcoin and Bitcoin hodlers and ecosystem users for quite a while. We'll see how things go, but it has changed. The name has changed from Strategic Reserve to Digital Asset Reserve. So you guys let me know in the comment section or in the live chat what your thoughts are, or on X. I am on X, and thank you for stopping by if you're on X. I appreciate it. So anyways, the U.S. Marshal Service has auctioned off seized Bitcoin along with other cryptocurrencies as Ethereum and Litecoin. Trump promised on the campaign trail that if he returned to the White House, he would ensure that the federal government never sells off the Bitcoin holdings, which is not a small penny whatsoever. But it's still meh or okay-ish in the grand scheme of Bitcoin's overall circulating supply, and there would never, ever be more than 21 million. We know what he said. Things are in motion. The order goes on to outline other key priorities for the digital asset industry, including protecting individuals and private sector companies that use blockchain networks from persecution. Remember the enforcement, Max, I can't remember the name, regulation by enforcement or something like that. I forgot the term, but you know what I mean, right? Gary Gensler going around slapping everybody with Wells notices, finding everybody. And instead of being like, hey, you guys crossed the line, come into my office, we need to fix this right now. You're not registered as a broker-dealer. You're not registered as this. You're not registered as that. You break the law here. You break this, that. And fixing it and working with the companies, regulation by enforcement. Yeah, regulation by enforcement. He was just going around slapping everybody around. So hopefully, this is going to be kind of like a pullback on that and say, hey, let's get the team together. Let's give what the people want, and the people just want clear regulatory guidance. Clear regulatory guidance. Don't apply a 1938, a 1921, a 1918 fucking law to today's world and expect us to do everything by the damn book. You got to go and you got to update. You got to update, right? Development and deploy software, as well as participate in mining and validating, a nod to technicians securing the Bitcoin network. So protections for developers and miners. This is good for miners, right? Because I can't tell you whose transaction I process through my machine. I can't be like, hey, yeah, this person did this. This person did this. This person did this. Oh, hey, this illicit activity happened, and I processed the transaction for that illicit activity. Here you go, government. How am I supposed to track that? How am I supposed to give that information? I'm sure there's some centralized networks out there that could possibly do it. But as far as Bitcoin, no. Not so much. Yeah, they can use chain analysis to go back and track it. But to see what machine it came through, which machine processed the block. They can see the wallet address, but what machine on that wallet address? It could have been one machine in a giant farm. It could have been one machine at home. It could have been one machine, in China. Like, how are you supposed to know? Anyways, the president has also pledged to defend the rights of those who choose to self-custody a digital asset. This means that they don't rely on centralized entities such as Coinbase to hold their tokens, instead or use personal wallets, right? Hardware wallets, I'm a big proponent for, which are sometimes outside the reach of the Internal Revenue Service. Now, even though I use my hardware wallets, I do personally, and again, going back to taxes, I do recommend you properly report your taxes, your transactions, your mining revenue, all that good stuff to the IRS or to your whatever country's government. Do not try to hide that. It's just going to get you in trouble. Max is a proponent for Coinly. I like cointracking.io or cointracking, I think, .com. But you can choose whatever. I use various tools to track my finances. And then when I do transactions, I report that as openly as I possibly can because I do not want any problems. Like, don't try to hide that. But the point is that protecting the miners and developers, right? The people who operate nodes or validating node or process transactions through mining, and those who choose to be a self-custodial of their assets instead of relying on centralized entities, is intended to be protected by the actions created by the current administration coming in. So, good things. We'll see how things pan out. I'm still taking everything with a small grain of salt and seeing actions, because I love actions. Words mean shit to me. I like to see action. So, action so far looking good. Let's see how they back those things up. Paul Atkins, who has been nominated as chair of the SEC Commission, he was also a former SEC commissioner, is known for advocating market-friendly policies and opposing heavy-handed regulation, which is what Gary Gensler was doing. Earlier this week, the SEC announced the formation of a new crypto task force. So, new crypto task force, right? Led by Commissioner Hester Pierce, which is the lady I like, right? You might not like her, but I kind of like her. The crypto mom for her outspoken, I say kind of like her. Chill out. Don't get your panties in a wad. Anyways, crypto mom for her outspoken support of digital assets or currencies. Pierce has long championed a regulatory framework that fosters innovation rather than hindering it, right? Again, trying to build the U.S. into a crypto powerhouse instead of scaring everybody and their mom away from an app. So, yeah. Things are in motion. Looking good. I like what I see so far. I'm happy that Ross is free, because even though Ross did allow such a crazy world to be created, like, you could buy and sell whatever on that shit, dude. Like, whatever. I'm sure Jeffrey Epstein was on there, and I don't give a damn about saying his name. I'm sure he was on there because that shit was on there. Drugs, guns, everything. Everything. And a lot of people got in trouble for it. Ross created or facilitated like the main hub, the main marketplace, but I don't think the penalty that he was given, the punishment that he was given, needed to be that harsh. You know, Sam Bankman-Fried was able to get away with a lot until it finally caught up with him. And I don't even think Sam Bankman-Fried would be able to get the punishment, life in prison. I don't know. Did he? Let's see here. What is Sam Bankman-Fried's punishment? I didn't mean 6. Punishment. 25 years in prison. He didn't get life in prison. He got 25 years in prison. Now, granted, one is, you know, stealing a shitload of money, right? Ripping off celebrities and regular folks and people losing their life savings and stuff like that. And the other one is, you know, allowing the sales of all kinds of nefarious activities. Yeah, but I think Homeboy's learned his lesson. And whether or not he's going to be at Bitcoin conference, we'll see. I believe people are already speaking about it. But so far, I hate to say it, and I don't mean that. Don't get mad at me. We're entitled to our own fucking opinions. He did technically do 2 of the things that he was promising. And I think he even did a 3rd one. So I'm keeping track of it. But yeah, Ross is free. The executive order for a digital asset stockpile, not the Bitcoin strategic reserve, but digital asset stockpile, which is the replacement of it, that's 2. And SAB 121, permitting banks to custody Bitcoin, which, you know, I personally wouldn't want to have my Bitcoin with the bank, because that was the whole reason why Satoshi Nakamoto did what they did. We're just going right back to the same stupid game if we allow the banks to continue to hold everything for us. Now, I do allow my bank to obviously receive my direct deposit, get paid, whatever, Zelle, Cash App, whatever. That's fine. I won't allow them to have all of my stuff, right? Like, but people do want to do that for convenience. So now that banks have the ability to custody Bitcoin, maybe that might open up the arena for other users that want to get involved, that don't want to buy an ETF, but allow their bank to control and manage and hold their Bitcoin. I'd be interested to see how the FDIC ensures that, but we'll see how things go. Anyways, the SEC has officially rescinded Staff Accounting Bulletin SAB number 121, which we talked about on the channel. A controversial rule that had long hindered banks from offering Bitcoin and crypto custody services. This move, announced Thursday, signals a significant shift in the SEC's approach to regulating Bitcoin and crypto, and paves the way for greater financial integration. Not integrity, but integration. Yeah. Institutions holding Bitcoin and crypto assets for customers to record those holdings as liabilities on their balance sheets. Not sure how I feel about that, but it's rescinded, right? And Hester Pierce, I don't know. We're gonna see how good they are. We're gonna see how good they are. I think they're definitely gonna be better than Gary Gensler and the previous administration's actions on crypto. But you know, I wouldn't say I would want the Wild West to come back. I want some level of management, of mitigation, of something to protect consumers. If we just Wild West this sucker, we're gonna get scammed out like no other. And there's still a lot of scams, a lot of phishing attempts, rotten seeds in YouTube videos, people trying to get you to give them their seed phrases. The scams are greater. And because of AI, the attacks are better. They're more convincing. So a person that's uneducated is more likely to fall for it than a person that's been in the crypto space for such a long time. So you got to be careful. Starfire Crypto, love your content as always. Well, good deal. Yeah, Waglela is been showing up on one of the most profitable cryptocurrencies to mine. That data will be coming out at the end of January. Project is still in the works and being built by the team, and I'm just helping however I can. Back to the news, though. Again, this article is going to be in the description. The White House government, whitehouse.gov article on strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology. You got section 1, purpose and policies. The digital asset industry plays a crucial role in innovation and economic development in the United States, as well as our nation's international leadership, right? If we want to lead the world, we got to set the tone. We haven't been setting the tone, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't. It is therefore the policy of my administration to support the responsible growth and use of digital assets, blockchain technology, and related technologies across all sectors of the economy, including by protecting and promoting the ability of individual citizens and private sector entities alike to access and use for lawful purposes open public blockchain networks without persecution, including the ability to develop and deploy software, participate in mining and validating, to transact with other persons without unlawful censorship, and to maintain self-custody of their digital assets. Beautiful. Love it. Promoting and protecting the sovereignty of the US dollar, right, by basically not allowing CBDCs. But there's still going to be something in the background, right? Whether the banking system is going to be using the underlying technology or the blockchain of XRP to really do their things, you know, cross payments, whatever, is yet to be determined. But just no CBDC, right? Because it could undermine the US dollar. But they are going to develop and grow the lawful and legitimate use of stablecoins worldwide. Protecting and promoting fair and open access to banking services for all, so rescinding the SOB 121, providing regulatory clarity, which we have not had, and certainty built on technology neutral regulations, frameworks that account for emerging technologies, transparent decision making, as well as well-defined jurisdiction, like well-defined borders. Like, here's the line, don't cross the line. If you're a broker dealer, here's the line, don't cross the line. If you're a lending house, here's the line, don't break the line. Like, that has not been made clear. Taking measures to protect Americans from risk, right? From the risk that central bank digital currencies, which threaten the stability of the financial system, individual privacy. Individual privacy is a big one, right? If the Fed's printing the CBDC, you best believe they're going to know everything you're buying with that CBDC. And the sovereignty in the United States, including by prohibiting the establishment, issuance, circulation, and use of CBDC in the jurisdiction of the United States. For this purpose of the order, the term digital asset refers to digital representation of value that is recorded on a distributed ledger, including cryptocurrencies, digital tokens, and stablecoins. And the term blockchain means technology where data is shared across a network to create public ledger or verify transactions or information among network participants, link using cryptography to maintain the integrity of the public ledger and to execute other functions, to distribute among network participants in an automated fashion, concurrently to update the network participants on the state of the public ledger and any other functions, composed of source code that is publicly available, open source, and CBDC means the form of digital money or monetary value denominated in the national unit of account that is directly liable for central bank. So, good stuff, I'm going to say, but I know not everybody's going to be too happy. Especially, again, believe it or not, I'm actually hearing more concerns about instead of a Bitcoin strategic reserve, the digital asset pile. That I'm getting a lot of pushback on that as far as their thoughts. They really wanted Bitcoin. And now if you're a Bitcoiner and you voted for the current administration based upon just solely the fact that they were going to make a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and you thought that was going to happen, I got news for you. If you look at the history of this man, he tends to say things, but not always come to light. I'm not saying he's a jackass. I'm just saying he doesn't always talk the truth. He says things to get you happy, and then he does something else. But then sometimes he actually accomplishes what he's going to say, but in a different way. So then you get mad because he didn't do exactly what he said he was going to do. I was brought up on mean what you say and say what you mean. That's my mom. That's my family. That was the way I was raised. Not everybody in the world has been taught or raised on that. People just say the right things to make you happy, to get you on their side, and then they keep it moving, and they'll figure it out later. My statement can make you mad all at once. I don't care about that. Emotions are irrelevant. The facts are that he says things, it doesn't always come true. But now, here we are, where we have multiple things that did come true. I want to see him complete the full circle. I want to see him accomplish everything that he said when he was running to get elected for this second term. Does that make sense? Not trying to piss anybody off. We can have differences of opinion and still work together. I'm just saying I want to see the action. Words are meaningless. Action means everything. So far, so good. DJT and the administration accomplished at least 2 of the things that they promised to the crypto industry. I believe 3, maybe 4. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section below, but make sure you cite your sources and make sure you're vetting those sources. Sometimes those sources suck. Anyways, crypto industry gets quick return on Trump investment after pouring millions into the campaign. Trump's first week in office included executive orders, right? Which included, obviously pardons to please the crypto industry. I don't think they could have imagined a better outcome than what they just got in the past 24 hours, says Benchmark's Bill Gurley. However, the Trump family various meme coin elicits skepticism and sparked concern among the industry's executive investors. Now, here we go. The Trump coin, the Melania coin, the Era coin, the Baron coin, whatever coin they came up with, is now starting to divide the crypto industry. Like, this is why I stay off of Twitter. Why? Because there's always something. But anyways, it seems that there's starting to be a fracture between what we call, and I'm just going to dub it this right now. This is not a news term or anything like that or a hot take. Trump's crypto and normal crypto. There's now a difference, apparently. You educate me on that because I'm not getting it. But sure, I do understand why some people are hesitant because this isn't Trump's crypto. He did create a cryptocurrency, but the cryptocurrency, the blockchain technology, and all that stuff has been here long before he was. So, I don't know. I really don't have a thought pattern to put to you there. Anyways, after pouring tens of thousands of dollars into Trump 2024 campaign for the president, the crypto industry has paid back handsomely during the first week in the White House. I don't think they could imagine better outcomes, says Bill Gurley, known for the early bet on Uber, told CNBC's Closing Bell on Friday. Gurley said that while tech newfold influence on Washington may be harmful to some parts of the startup, it's obviously good for crypto. The industry supported Trump was built on the Republicans' leader's promise to stop government crackdown on crypto and implement regulations favorable to those who wanted to develop new types of payment technologies while easing restrictions and investments into crypto. We got CEO Brian Armstrong and Binance CEO Richard Tang are lauding the start of the new era. You have to remember that the last 4 years, we've really felt like it was being attacked by the administration. Yada, yada, yada. Biden White House, blah, blah, blah. Weaponized the lack of clarity of rules, which is true. There were some bad actors too, to be fair, right? But they even really tried to go after the good actors, I think, like us. I wouldn't say Coinbase is 100% a good actor, but hitting them with that Wells notice when they were reaching out to the administration for guidance and clarity, it didn't. So anyways, during this past week, during the time this article was, I think, being written, well, never mind, it's obviously been updated. Bitcoin hit 109K. That's why they're saying like it's returned, right? The actions of Trump or the actions of the crypto industry to help Trump get nominated. And they did play an active role in nominating Trump. I'm not going to lie. Like, you could see it in the numbers. So the crypto industry really got behind Trump. They did assist, along with a number of other genres, Trump getting elected. And so they're saying that they've been rewarded. The crypto industry is being rewarded. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, blah, 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 whatever. But why is there a fracture? Why is there a divide about the freaking Trump coin? That's what I don't understand, right? Free Ross, yada, yada, yada. This right here. All right, Trump meme coins. Not all of Trump's actions in the past week have been universally praised by the crypto industry. Most notably, the president has been frolicking at the part of the market that's notorious for scams, right? Meme coins. Last weekend, while crypto leaders and members of Trump family and inner circle were partying at the crypto ball in Washington, the Trump meme coin was taking off online. Then came with Melania coin. Taken together, the Trump family made billions of dollars on paper due to their ownership of the assets created out of thin air. Crypto enthusiasts worried that it's a troubling sign of Trump's real intent and it's damaging the credibility of the industry that's trying to prove its legitimacy. Okay, I can see that. I can understand why that is, right? Because meme coin to most people don't have any tangible benefits, no value, right? But meme coins are really about a community. Like if you go down to the root of a meme coin, Dogecoin been around because of the community. The community loves Dogecoin, right? Bonk, Shiba Inu, whatever, right? Jellyfish, Waglela. It's all going to be about the community because what are the benefits? Like what does that coin do? And I know Bonk has some use cases and Shiba Inu and stuff like that, or at least some fun things that you can do to earn more or to play around with or spend, whatever. Meme coins can add a bad rap for the rest of crypto. So I can understand where they're coming from now that I read that, now that I'm on the same wavelength. So here we got a quote here from Nick Carter of Castle Island Ventures, says, "Call me old-fashioned, but I think presidents should focus on running the country and not launching scam coins." I would agree with that. I kind of agree with that. Okay. The website for Trump says 80% of the supply is held by Trump organizations and affiliates, which if we look at Trump on the Solana ecosystem, which is where it launched, there was a huge pullback, right? A huge pullback. Matter of fact, let's go to Bird Eye. Let's go look up Trump real quick on not Ethereum, right? Because there's a lot of Trump tokens. There's 100% a lot of Trump tokens, just FYI. And you can see that they have verified tick marks. So which one's the real one? Well, the real one, you got to make sure you got the right contract address, right? And you can see here, right? So crypto ball is happening. Things are pumping up, right? And we're on a 4-hour time frame. You can see on January 19th, here's the pullback. Big sell, right? Gets bought back up. Another big sell, gets bought back up. Another big sell, gets bought back up. So you can even see this wallet that I have here, which I have a number of them, bought and not the high, but the secondary high, right? And so this wallet is negative quite a bit. Not my only wallet, because my other wallets did the opposite, but you could see why this probably would disdain or put a stain on the end goal, I guess, of what the ecosystem is trying to do. We write with deep concern about the decision, President Trump. Okay, so it looks like we got some people speaking to the situation, maybe some legislation or political people, not legislation. But we write deep concern about the decision by President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump to launch 2 meme coins, Trump and Melania. They allow them to earn extraordinary profits off his presidency, the pair said in a letter obtained by CNBC. These coins do not create new, faster, cheaper, and safer payment rails. These coins do not help people borrow more affordability. They do not improve the financial system in any way for consumers. Okay, yeah, that's true. Unless you bought over here and you sold over here, then you're looking pretty damn good. The problem is finding that, catching that, getting to it before everybody else does. Because by the time you hear it on news and social media, it's too late. It's too late. But yeah. Trump is now trading for under $30, which we just saw that. It's $27 right now, down more than 50% from its peak. Melania token has plunged 80% from its high, currently trading at $2.50. I remember when that thing was at 12. So I remember Melania was like 12, 13, and Trump was like 50 something. Hang on, what was it at? 74, yeah. So it sucks. But now I understand. Now that I read this article, I understand why people are divided right now. They want the Trump and the administration to focus on proper regulation, the digital asset reserve, not meme coins, right? Like if you're going to make a digital asset reserve, but let's say, 20% of it's going to be your own meme coin, that's bad for business because just like FTX had FTT, when that meme coin drops like a rock, that's going to screw the pooch. So we'll see. Anyways, U.S. to reign as U.S. hub, as global hub for crypto and AI. President Trump declares his latest address. We already talked about this with the crypto czar and everything, the letter, the White House letter that it's linked in the description, the executive order. So I'm not going to cover it again, but I will say that trying to be the hub for crypto and AI is another big one. Guys, I'm not going to lie. Some of the stuff that the other countries are coming up with, is pretty damn good, pretty damn efficient, and the US is not invincible in that front. I'm just telling you right now, it is not invincible in that front. There's a real threat, if they're really concerned about it and want to consider it a threat, that other countries may surpass the US in AI development, even though hardware sales to those countries have been clamped down on. They're finding ways around it using the hardware that they already have. So that's something I would encourage you to keep an eye on and to be educated on. I am not an AI expert, and nor can I educate you on it. I do like to dabble, and I do like to learn and be aware. Anyways, Bitcoin technical analysis, consolidation at 104K, the calm before the storm, right? So in summary, what this article is showing here is that Bitcoin is fluctuating, right? Between 104K, 106K, the momentum following rejection here, like the momentum swapped when we got rejected, right? We made a new all-time high, got rejected, whatever. Now we're consolidating. But could this be the calm before the storm, right? Where we push up and try to get up to 110K or 120K. It's certainly possible. And again, what I want you to understand is people already got their W-2s and already filed their taxes or preparing to file their taxes in the next few weeks. That's going to continue all the way until April or the deadline. And I bet you, no, excuse me, I don't want to say bet you because then that's providing financial advice, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to do that. What I believe and what I've seen in the past, every time around tax season, just like we know around holidays, usually the crypto gets pulled back because people are taking profits, tax loss harvesting, being able to pay their vacation or whatever. Tax season usually brings some green, baby, right? And Tech Man, I know you're going to Bitcoin conference. I can't confirm that I will be there only because financially I might not have the money. I do have a ticket, but I don't have the money to pay for the stay, the travel, and all that stuff. Still a small content creator. You guys can help by just subscribing and making sure you're sharing the video. I'm not asking you to send me money. I'm not asking you to cover for shit. I only gotten this far by you guys just liking and subscribing, and I appreciate that. That's all you got to do. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to do more, there's other ways you can contribute. But first, take care of your household, your business, your configuration, whatever the heck you got. Moving back to where we're at right now, we got some articles calling for a pullback, and you got some articles calling for a push-up to move higher, right? Bitcoin strong support levels, bullish signals for exponential moving address or EMA and simple moving address SMA, and recent uptrend from 89K to 109K suggest that the broader market sentiment remains optimistic. A decisive breakout above 109K with strong volume could propel Bitcoin to 115K. I'm looking at 120 just to be honest with you, reinforcing a bullish outlook. However, the lack of volume during this consolidation phase or during the consolidation phase, coupled with a neutral oscillator reading and fading momentum, raises concerns about the sustainability of the rally. If support at 104 breaks, the price could retest $100,000, potentially marking the start for a broader corrective phase. And what I want to take away from that one is, if we fell right now, and I say not 104, but 102. So right at 102, that's only 2.4%. All right, let's go down to 100K. That's almost 5%, 4.45%. Right, and that's going to be hitting on some EMA ribbons, the center of the Bollinger Band, or the heart line, and then another EMA ribbon. I believe, and you can see, look at this, right? So there's Bollinger Band, the bottom Bollinger Band, and then the green line right here, which is the EMA 100, are converging, right? They're touching each other. That to me would be our last stand. That 92K would be our last stand. So I don't think we're going to go back down to 80 to 50 something. We certainly could go down to 82, which is your next EMA ribbon, but here's what I'm personally going to say. Not financial advice, pure speculation, just looking at the charts. If we don't hold 100K or 102K, we could fall down past 100K. Not 104 like the article said, but 102. If we don't hold 102, we could fall down further past 100K. If we did fall past 100K, I think we got some great support at the 98 98K level, 97, 98K level, and even further support that things are going to get bought up from like 92, 90,000, 88,000. Like there's a lot of people that are ready to go if the price, even right now on exchanges, if you don't have this set up to where you could get one of those real quick wicks down, right? You should probably put in, even if it's just $50, $50 at 92K. Because if there is a rare occurrence on a specific exchange, because it could happen to any one of the exchanges, maybe not all of them, but any one of them could happen, where it bloops down real quick to 92K, you just got $50 at a very big discount for Bitcoin, and then it comes right back up and levels off wherever it may be. That's a possibility, right? But to go up, I think we need to consolidate this week. I think we need to chill out this week, right? Chop sideways, 102, 108, 104, 106. Then the following week, right? After the next Caffeine in Crypto every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, now we start pushing up 110, 115, 118, 120K. Again, as people get their tax returns and start buying more and more. But Bitcoin bull market at risk, 7 indicators that could warn a Bitcoin price cycle top. This has been floating around for quite some time. I will say that. People do believe that the top, that was it. This is it. That was it. But then we did 109K, right? And we were talking about that last Caffeine in Crypto. So I don't think the top is in. I think we still got some room to grow. I think we still have some consolidation and corrections to happen. But I don't think that was the top. We're just going to, meander sideways, dip a little bit, pick it back up, keep it moving. All speculation on my part. But let's see here. So crypto quant, Bitcoin, I don't even know how to say that. What is that word? P-U-E-L-L multiple. I can't even say that. Historically, the IBCI reaches 100%. The market tends to enter correction phase and develop a bear market. But the current position suggests that there may still be room to grow before a definitive market top. Okay. Interesting. All right, what's this one say? IBC accumulation distribution regions. So the IBCI also entered in a macro top risk zone in early 2024, with this brief event ultimately not followed by a sustained downtrend. All right, next up, Bitcoin growth of 100. BTC USD cycle comparison, source Timothy Pearson. Earlier this year, Pearson made a long-term Bitcoin price prediction of 1.5 million per coin in 2035. Holy crap. 1.5 million per token in 2035. That's only 10 years away. That's crazy. I don't think that's... Wow. Okay. Whatever. The correlation between the bull run and the 2015 has been 90%, he reported. Okay, basically, this one right here is kind of correlating the 2015 to 2017 bull run with the current bull run, and that is very correlated, but whatever. China sold a bunch of Bitcoin, 194,000 Bitcoin, completely sold. I believe it was seized back in 2019. Plus Token, right? Plus Token had its token seized and was sent to Chinese exchange Haibu. The CCP said it was transferred to the National Treasury without clarifying if it was sold. A censor regime holding censorship-resistant money feels unlikely. I think they're still going to hold Bitcoin, even if they don't, like it doesn't adhere to their model. I think they're still going to hold Bitcoin, but yeah. What else are they doing? Remarks, the ongoing debate regarding the fate of considerable Bitcoin holdings confiscated by the Chinese authorities in 2019. While the government publicly announced the digital assets were transferred to the National Treasury, no explicit clarification was ever provided as to whether they were retained or sold. If China wanted to, and obviously the exchanges work with Chinese authorities, they could just do it OTC. It wouldn't affect the price. They get their money, they get their Bitcoin, and everybody's happy. Keeps it off the network so they can't do chain analysis, and that's it. Well, maybe they could do chain analysis still because, well, to a certain degree, not 100%. It's not like they just sold it on the exchange and called it a day. And they probably would do small micro sales here. Excuse me, not micro, just like small chunk transactions. Bitcoin and altcoins. Trump ordered digital asset stockpile explained. We already talked about this. Here's the stockpile, by the way. I can't make this any bigger, but you can see this is what was confiscated, right? So Bitcoin, 198,000 Bitcoin, which is around 20 billion. Ethereum, 176 million. You can see how much smaller, right? So Bitcoin's a very large, 97, 98% of the overall stockpile. But look at some of the other coins on here, right? So AUSDC, Uni, Tron, Link, Render, Sandbox, Ban, Aave, FTT. Like, I'm pretty sure when it comes to the digital asset reserve that they're trying to build, that not all of these tokens are going to be encompassed into it, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe some USDT, XRP, whatever, but I don't believe it's going to be, Sandbox or Render or Tron, but we'll see how things go. Here are two factors that might align for altcoin season to kick off, according to Glassnode, right? Co-founders. Flashback to February 21, the last cycle, February kicked off altcoin season, which is true, right? So this coinciding with what I'm talking about with the tax return season coming into effect. February usually kicks off altcoin season. It should be fun to watch, but be careful and don't get wrecked. Don't go FOMOing into some new token because everybody's talking about it. Two key factors that must align: Bitcoin dominance must decline, and Bitcoin must hold a stable price above 100K, which again, that's why I want it to chop sideways. I want it to chop sideways so that way the altcoins can catch up and we can see some of them rise, right? Because when Bitcoin climbs up dramatically, guess what? Altcoins are going to take a hit because people are moving out of the altcoins and back into Bitcoin, right? And when Bitcoin stabilizes and people want to make more gains, they move out of Bitcoin and back into altcoins because they want to continue to gain. There's some people out there that endlessly want to make money, need to make money every single second, every single day. And so they pivot, they pitch traditional Wi-Fi, crypto Wi-Fi, or crypto, not Wi-Fi, traditional Fi, crypto ecosystems, back and forth, bonds, real estate. Like they just always move. It's nonstop. Right now, the article is saying that dominance was at 58%. We're going to go check that out right now. Where's the Bitcoin dominance at? And see, where are we right now? So Bitcoin dominance is at 58%. Yep, 57%. All right. And so as long as Bitcoin's above that high, then altcoins are not going to rise. I'll talk to you offline, Tech Man. But yeah. And then altcoin season indicator says 45. So no. But February could be promising. February could be very promising. So just hang tight. Lastly, Bitcoin mining profit margins remain threefold despite record difficulty surging to 110.45 million or trillion, excuse me. So Bitcoin mining profitability is still up despite the network difficulty. And if I go over to my chart here, I have a chart where I watch the network hash rate. And you can see, like, yeah, we've been on a steady incline, right? We kind of pulled back. There's our new all-time high. That new all-time high was made on January 12th. And we're kind of just chilling right here. So even though the net hash is super high, the difficulty is super high, mining profitability has continued to climb. That's why you have Michael going out to various farms and locations and helping them get their operations up and running. That's why you have Crypto Mikkel helping out organizations. That's why you have Terra Hosting. That's why you have a number of my colleagues trying to help the crypto industry, whether it be politically, legislatively, infrastructurally. Like, this is the future. So be involved. There's plenty of room for everybody to grow. Don't go out there trying to cut each other's throats. There's plenty of room for everybody to grow. Be an active member, an active participant, but be positive. Don't be a dickbag that's just trying to get rich quick and screw everybody else. Like, try to change the world in a positive direction. Don't be a jerk. We got enough of those already. But while Bitcoin surged to an all-time high, and we just saw that in the chart, after 8 consecutive positive adjustments, this marks a significant increase from the original difficulty, making mining approximately 110.45 trillion times harder than when Bitcoin was first introduced. Despite the rising difficulty, though, Bitcoin miners are still operating with a threefold profitability margin, according to Glassnode's difficulty regression model. Obviously, a lot of the larger operations did upgrade to more efficient machines, while you and I, maybe the at-home miners, may have less efficient machines, so we have to adjust accordingly to make sure that we're still in the profit. Matter of fact, let's go to ASIC miner value or hash rate.no real quick. By the way, we are getting ready for Red Panda Mining, who's going live in about 3 minutes. And I'll talk about your question here in just a second, Static. Thank you for posting that. But let's see here. So Bitcoin, yeah, so the S21 EXP Hydro, $11 a day. The S21 XP Hydro, $8 a day, right? So pretty much everything 21 and up is profitable by a few cents. And if you got a whole slew of them and you're only paying 6 cents per kilowatt hour because you're a large operation, you know, you're obviously in the profit. So we'll see. Look at a Bitcoin touch. Need to hit up my boy Scott, see if I could do a review on the channel, but we haven't heard anybody. Candy won't send me a mini 3 or anything like that, but my colleagues are getting them, so you guys have your data soon. That's all you guys care about, so just hang tight. My colleagues will review them. It's not exponential, right? Like if we go back to all, right, you have some of the Doge and Litecoin models doing very well. Obviously new miners coming out that haven't been released yet but are predicting, you know, $20 a day. Obviously that, I just want you to know that's going to go away. That's not always going to be that. By the time you get the miner, it's going to be a lot lower. Just FYI. That always happens, so manage your expectations. But, you know, like lithium is a question that's being asked in the live chat. Profitability-wise, or mining in lithium sucks right now, right? It's really down. The price has not appreciated relative to the increased difficulty in net hash that has come upon it, and now it is not able to break above $1. So lithium, and I already wrote to the lithium team, or Alphium or whatever I want to call it, they need to do some work, right? If they really want their token to continue to survive, they need to innovate, build, develop, because the selling pressure from these ASICs is not helping whatsoever. It's not helping, right? The sell pressure is too great comparatively to the price action or the price appreciation. So again, the price tried to break above $1 in the 22nd, and then it came right back down, and here we are. So hopefully when the market recovers, the altcoin season happens, lithium, Alphium, whatever you want to call it, gets back to $1.50, $2. But with the amount of sell pressure and the amount of that these ASICs are able to obtain, I think that's going to be very hard, very, very hard to do. But we'll see. We'll see. I do like the project. I was one of the first people to cover it besides Son of a Tech, so we'll see how things go. But anyways, Red Panda Mining should be going live here in just a second. I want to thank you all for stopping by, whether you're on X or Twitter, X or YouTube. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, as well as what your thoughts are on some of the articles covered. If you are going to the Bitcoin conference, please make sure to check out the link in the description. Get your tickets now before it gets higher up or more expensive. And if you're interested in reading the White House executive order, that is also linked down in the description under news articles. But thank you so much for stopping by. Do me a favor on the way out. Hit that like button, get subscribed, hit notification bell to stay up to date. So let's check out additional links in the description. That will support the channel and what we do here. And you all have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.